or eating clean, taking your medications, avoiding salt, and yet your creatinine keeps rising. You do everything they tell you, and still the lab results get worse. That's exactly what happened to Janet, 69. She had been battling stage 3 kidney disease for years. Her doctor said, "We're doing everything we can." But her creatinine climbed from 2.1 to 2.4, then 2.6. It felt like watching the gas tank drain and not being able to stop it. Nothing worked until she added 4 specific superfoods to her daily diet. Not powders, not pills, real, everyday foods that most people completely overlook. And in just 8 weeks, Janet's numbers told a different story. Today's video is about those 4 superfoods that changed everything. Foods that help lower creatinine, reduce kidney stress, and support your body's ability to heal. Most people avoid them. Some think they're unsafe. But for your kidneys, they might just be the missing link. If you're tired of watching your labs worsen, this could be the turning point. Janet was 69 years old, a retired school teacher from Ohio, and someone who followed every rule the doctors gave her. She had been living with stage 3 chronic kidney disease for nearly 5 years. She cut down her salt, drank her water, took her blood pressure meds, even tried expensive supplements she saw online. And yet, her creatinine just kept climbing. It started at 1.9, then 2.1, then 2.6. Every blood test felt like a punch to the stomach. "You're doing what you can," her doctor told her, "but we may have to prepare for dialysis eventually." Those words haunted her. But one day, during a call with her niece, a nutritionist, Janet asked a simple question. "Is there anything I'm missing? Something real? Something natural?" That conversation changed everything. Her niece gave her a short list of 4 powerful superfoods, whole, everyday ingredients that support kidney function through gut healing, inflammation control, and toxin reduction. Janet was skeptical at first. How could food make that much of a difference? But she made the change. She added these foods consistently to her meals, small portions, twice a day. She gave it 6 weeks. At her next blood draw, her creatinine had dropped from 2.6 to 2.1. Her GFR improved. Her swelling was down. Her energy was up. Even her brain fog had started to lift. More importantly, she had hope again. No magic pills, no exotic treatments, just 4 superfoods that helped her kidneys breathe again. Coming up next, we'll explain why lowering creatinine is so difficult and how these foods made such a dramatic difference. Lowering creatinine isn't easy, and there's a reason for that. Creatinine is a waste product created when your muscles use energy. It's perfectly normal, but it's supposed to be filtered out by your kidneys. When kidney function drops, creatinine starts to build up in your blood, and that's when trouble begins. But here's the frustrating part. Most treatments for kidney disease don't actually lower creatinine. They just slow the damage or treat the symptoms, like high blood pressure, swelling, or anemia. The root cause, toxin buildup, inflammation, and poor filtration, often goes unaddressed. That's why so many patients feel stuck. They take all the pills, follow every rule, and still see their labs get worse. But here's what most people don't realize. The right foods, especially ones that support the gut, reduce inflammation, and help your kidneys eliminate waste, can help turn things around. These aren't miracle cures. They're natural tools your body can use to lighten the load on your kidneys. They improve blood flow, feed your gut bacteria, and help flush out toxins before they even reach the kidneys. And the best part? They're safe, affordable, and found in almost every grocery store. Coming up next, we'll reveal the first 2 of these powerful superfoods and exactly how they help support lower creatinine levels. Let's start with the first 2 superfoods that helped Janet lower her creatinine and breathe new life into her kidneys, without medications, supplements, or expensive treatments. These are simple, everyday foods that are often misunderstood or completely overlooked. 1. Beetroot, the blood flow booster for your kidneys. Beets may not be everyone's favorite vegetable, But for people with kidney issues, they're one of the most powerful natural tools for lowering creatinine and improving filtration. Why? It's all about nitrates. Beets are rich in natural nitrates, which convert into nitric oxide in your body. This compound widens your blood vessels, lowers blood pressure, and improves circulation, especially to the tiny blood vessels in your kidneys. Metaphor. Think of your kidneys as two busy water filters. Over time, the pipes that feed them get narrow and clogged, making it harder for blood to pass through. Beets act like a plumber for those pipes, opening them up and letting fresh, clean blood reach your kidneys so they can do their job better. Beets are also packed with antioxidants like betalains, which fight inflammation and oxidative stress, two of the biggest enemies of kidney health. How Janet used it. She started with just 1/2 cup of steamed beet slices in the morning, 3 times a week. Later, she added a small glass of diluted beet juice mixed with lemon water every few days. Within 2 weeks, her blood pressure started dropping. She felt lighter, and her morning swelling began to fade. Tip: always consult your doctor if you have very low blood pressure, as beets can lower it further. 2. Papaya, the gut-scrubbing, toxin-clearing superfruit. Most people think of papaya as a tropical fruit for smoothies or desserts, but for Janet, it became one of her kidney's best friends. Here's why. Papaya is packed with digestive enzymes, especially papain, which helps break down proteins and reduce strain on your kidneys. It's also high in fiber, which feeds the good bacteria in your gut and improves waste elimination before toxins even reach the bloodstream. Metaphor. Think of papaya like a sponge scrubbing your gut walls. It helps soak up toxins and waste, escorting them out of the body through the digestive tract, not the kidneys. That means less burden on your already struggling filtration system. But there's more. Papaya contains vitamin C for immune and tissue support, magnesium for muscle and nerve function, low potassium levels, making it safe for most CKD patients in moderate amounts. How Janet used it. She started with 1/2 cup of fresh papaya in the morning, mixed into her oats or as a side snack. Some days, she blended it with cucumber and lemon for a gut-healing smoothie. Within weeks, she noticed improved digestion, less bloating, and better energy. She even began having more regular bowel movements, which meant toxins were leaving through the gut instead of backing up into the kidneys. Caution. As always, portion matters. Overeating papaya, especially for those with potassium sensitivity, can cause problems. Stick to 1/2 cup servings and rotate with other fruits if needed. Why these two superfoods work so well together. Beets and papaya may seem like an odd pair, but together they do 3 powerful things. Boost circulation to the kidneys, reduce toxin buildup in the gut, fight inflammation and oxidative stress at the cellular level. Janet rotated them into her week. Some days beets, some days papaya, never too much of either. It wasn't a fad diet or a miracle pill. It was consistency, balance, and listening to what her body needed. Coming up next, we'll look at 2 more superfoods that supported her transformation, plus common mistakes people make that stop these foods from working. Now, before you rush to load your plate with beets and papaya, let's clear up some common mistakes that can actually cancel out the benefits, or worse, make things harder for your kidneys. Because when it comes to superfoods, more isn't always better. Mistake number 1, eating too much. Just because a food is healthy doesn't mean you should eat a mountain of it. Beets, for example, can drop blood pressure if overused. Papaya, while gentle, still contains natural sugars and potassium. Fix. Stick to 1/2 cup servings, a few times per week. Rotate rather than repeat daily. Mistake number 2, using the wrong form. Many people switch to juices thinking they're easier on the system, but juices often strip away the fiber, which is essential for gut health and proper toxin elimination. Worse, juices can spike blood sugar and put stress on already vulnerable kidneys. Fix. Choose whole or lightly cooked forms instead. The fiber, texture, and slower digestion are exactly what your kidneys need. Mistake number 3. Bad timing. Taking superfoods with heavy meals or only using them sporadically won't help your kidneys much. The key is consistency and using them at the right time, ideally in the morning or between light meals when your body is most ready to absorb nutrients and flush waste. Fix. Build a simple routine. For example, a few beet slices in the morning, papaya mid-morning or with breakfast. Final reminder, it's not just the food, it's how you prepare it, how much you eat, and when you eat it, that makes the difference. Coming up next, the final 2 superfoods that helped Janet regain control of her creatinine and may help you too. Let's finish strong with the final 2 superfoods that helped Janet support her kidneys, lower her creatinine, and take back control naturally, simply, and consistently. These 2 often fly under the radar, but when used correctly, they deliver big results in kidney repair and detox support. 3. Red bell peppers, the inflammation fighter. Janet used to skip bell peppers, thinking they were just a crunchy garnish with no real benefit. But red bell peppers turned out to be one of her most powerful allies. Why? Because they're extremely low in potassium, ideal for CKD patients, packed with vitamin C, which supports tissue healing and immune function, loaded with antioxidants like beta-carotene and quercetin, which reduce inflammation in blood vessels and kidneys, high in fiber, aiding digestion and reducing the toxin load on your filtration system. Metaphor. Red bell peppers are like fire extinguishers for inflammation. They cool the fire burning quietly inside your kidneys, calming the stress that leads to rising creatinine. How Janet used it. She chopped 1/2 a red bell pepper into her morning veggie bowl or added slices to low-sodium toast with avocado. Sometimes she simply sautéed them with onions and olive oil for a gentle, savory breakfast. She noticed fewer headaches, better digestion, and even improved skin glow after making peppers a regular part of her week. Bonus tip, always choose red bell peppers over green. Red ones are fully ripened, sweeter, and more nutrient dense. 4. Flax seeds, the natural toxin binder. This was the superfood Janet almost skipped. She didn't know what flax seeds were or how they could help her kidneys. But once she learned how powerful they were, she never looked back. Flax seeds are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation in the blood and kidneys, high in soluble and insoluble fiber, which helps bind toxins and flush them out through the gut, a natural source of lignans, plant compounds with antioxidant and hormone-balancing properties. Metaphor. Flax seeds are like tiny scrub brushes, moving through your digestive system, grabbing onto waste and sweeping it out before your kidneys have to deal with it. They also support heart health, which is critical since many CKD patients develop cardiovascular problems. How Janet used it. She added 1 tablespoon of ground flax seeds to her oatmeal, smoothies, or even warm water with lemon. She made sure it was ground, not whole, because the body can't digest whole flax seeds effectively. Over time, her digestion became more regular, her bloating reduced, and her next lab results brought a surprise. Her creatinine had dropped from 2.1 to 1.6 in just 8 weeks. Real story, real results. Janet didn't do anything extreme. No detox kits, no pricey powders. She simply rotated these 4 superfoods into her weekly meals: beetroot for circulation and filtration, papaya for gut cleansing and enzyme support, red bell peppers for inflammation control, flax seeds for toxin binding and gut-kidney synergy. Each one helped in a different way, and together they created a gentle, powerful rhythm her kidneys could handle. She didn't just lower her creatinine, she felt better, less fatigue, better appetite, smoother digestion, more energy to enjoy her day. And when her doctor saw the results, he didn't reach for a prescription. He simply said, "Whatever you're doing, keep going." Before you start adding all 4 superfoods to your plate, let's pause and talk about who should be a little more cautious. Even natural healthy foods can cause problems if not used correctly or if your body isn't ready for them. If you have low blood pressure, beets are fantastic for circulation, but they can lower blood pressure even more. If your blood pressure already runs low, eating beets regularly, especially beet juice, might make you feel dizzy or lightheaded. Tip: start with very small portions, 2 to 3 slices, and monitor how you feel. If you have high potassium levels, papaya and flax seeds contain moderate potassium, which can build up if your kidneys aren't filtering well. While they're generally safe in small amounts, large portions can tip the balance. Tip: stick to 1/2 cup of papaya or 1 TBSP of flaxseed and rotate with lower potassium foods. Ask your doctor to check your potassium levels regularly. If you have digestive issues, all 4 superfoods are rich in fiber. That's great for gut health, but if your body isn't used to high fiber, you could experience gas, bloating, or discomfort. Tip: introduce one food at a time. Start slow. Drink plenty of water. Let your gut adjust gradually. And remember, always check with your doctor or renal dietitian before changing your diet, especially if you're on medications or have multiple conditions. Next, let's wrap up with a quick recap and a little inspiration to help you get started today. Let's take a moment to recap what we've learned today. If you're struggling with high creatinine and declining kidney function, don't underestimate the power of food. Janet didn't need a miracle. She just needed the right tools. Her turnaround began when she added 4 kidney-supporting superfoods to her weekly meals. Beetroot boosted blood flow and filtration. Papaya cleansed her gut and reduced toxin load. Red bell peppers calmed inflammation and protected her kidneys. Flax seeds bound toxins and improved digestion. Each one worked in its own way, but together they created a healing rhythm that helped lower her creatinine by 0.5 points in just 8 weeks. And here's the key: it wasn't about being perfect, it was about being consistent. Small servings, simple meals, rotated throughout the week, no fancy diets, no pills, just real food doing what it was meant to do. Support your body's natural healing. These superfoods are simple, affordable, and powerful. You don't have to change your whole life. Start with one. Try it tomorrow, then build from there. Because if Janet can do it, you can too. Your kidneys are waiting. Now we want to hear from you. Which superfood will you add to your next meal? Will it be beetroot, papaya, red bell pepper, or flax seeds? Drop your answer in the comments below and let us know if you've already tried any of these and what results you noticed. Your story could inspire someone else who's on the same journey. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next kidney-saving tip. Up next, watch our video on Top 7 Foods That Secretly Harm Your Kidneys. You'll learn which everyday foods might be silently pushing your creatinine higher and what to eat instead. Let's protect your kidneys together, one bite at a time.